our story is an interesting one that really dates back to a young man who had this idea that an individual has the power to have a positive impact in the world. And after his extraordinary success as the first employee and first president of eBay, Jeff Skoll left to dedicate the rest of his life to fulfilling that vision. So he went off and formed the Skoll Foundation, and they are funding and celebrating and supporting social entrepreneurs all around the world doing amazing things. But at the same time, he realized that if you want to move lots of people, if you want to inspire them to do big things, media is the key. And he founded Participant Media. Not with the idea of telling people what to think, but really telling people it's okay to think, and giving them the tools then to take that experience off of the screen and into their personal lives. So here we are 9.5 years later. Participants had a pretty good run. Last year and a half has been really particularly good to us with over $700 million in box office. Films like, from our early days, Good Night, Good Luck, Syriana, North Country, Charlie Wilson's War, Visitor, An Inconvenient Truth, Waiting for Superman, Food Inc., and lately, Contagion, The Help, Lincoln, Snitch, Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and 8 to 10 new films every year. And in addition to that, a digital platform called TakePart.com, which is the largest platform to connect content and actions together, linking ways that you can do your part to be involved in the world around you. Now, the company was founded on the basis that a good story well told has the power to impact and influence the way people think about their lives. And so we took a step back, going back years ago to television, and we said, you know, in this platform, what correlates with our experience in film? And we realized you have to be transparent, you have to be authentic, you have to be willing to be a little bit of a contrarian and maybe even disruptive. And you have to bet on good people who are doing really good things. And that's the bet that we're taking with our new television network. And we've been quietly assembling a group of professionals from all across the industry this past year and a half who have come together to create something truly unique, a network focused on a specific audience, disruptive in the way that it distributes and in its programming lineup. And this group of executives have created an exciting initial slate for us that really is on par with the early days of Participants' film business. And the leader of this group is an amazing individual, a good friend, and a great executive who's going to power our new channel forward. So please join me in welcoming the president of Participants' new television network, Evan Shapiro.
Of the company that Jeff Skoll founded and created almost 10 years ago, and the company that Jim has built into a really powerful media engine over the last 10 years. And we're bringing it to the most powerful platform on earth, television. Television is the most tweeted, the most liked, the most talked about platform out there. And we think it has the power to create the kind of change that Pivot is meant to represent. Now, change with a twist or a different kind of change, it can mean many different things. But this building is actually a good example of that. When I first moved to this city, this building was not a place that you would go. And actually, at one point, it was destined to be torn down. And then the city took it over and rehabilitated it and renewed it into the building that you see today, the Museum of Art and Design. And I encourage you to walk through the building, and you'll see the top floor at our reception after this. That's the type of change that we're talking about. And the changes that we represent and the changes that we're trying to create are threefold. They are societal. They're about the world at large. They're about the industry. We feel that it's time to shift the industry in a way that's more sustainable and actually looks at the audience and addresses the needs that they have. And lastly, it's generational. You're a Blood and you're a Crip.
Yes.
What happened in your individual communities when the two of you got together?
What happened? An uproar happened.
It was a little dangerous for you two to hook up. I mean, in not conventional ways.
In not conventional ways. I mean, sleeping with the enemy every night. I actually sleep with both my eyes closed. So, I mean, it just showed change. It's like really empowering. You can't really hate on the fact.
And the two of you are actually, one of the big points in the show is that the two of you are actually trying to create peace.
Yes.
The good thing about our relationship is now our younger homies are like the ones that are Bloods. They go to his neighborhood. They hang out with his little homies. It's literally peace among Essex County, in New Jersey, just because of our relationship, just because of the respect and love that they have for us. They respect and starting to love each other, which is beautiful, because they were enemies and they were killing each other, and that's not what we're supposed to do. You know?
The interesting thing is that you're both from around the same place, but one wouldn't expect to go to Newark, New Jersey and tell a story of world peace.
Right.
But you're really creating something that's very difficult in your hometowns.
Right. A couple of different ways. Through Nine Strong Women, which is our nonprofit organization,
yeah.
right? Mentor young ladies between the ages of 12 and 18. Ultimately, we will be residential programs throughout the U.S. It focuses on young ladies because if you do your research, there are a lot of co-ed programs. There are a lot of programs for young males, but the ones who focus solely on young ladies, there are about 2 or 3 in the state. But if you look at the statistics for the jails, females fill up 50% of the jail systems. So these ladies are at risk. They're already labeled and pretty much written off, but we don't believe that. We give them outlets. We show them the ways. I don't only create alliances with the Crips, I create alliances with colleges, with jobs, so that these girls can see what they need to do and then go out and do it. So it's amazing.
Just giving them more options.
That's right.
Just giving them more options.
More choices. And Brooke, you keep young people out of trouble in a completely different way. You run a law firm in Newark, correct?
Yes, I'm a criminal defense attorney. Firm does everything, but I specialize in federal and state work. Deal with anything from murder to 3 kilos of cocaine charges,
and you
everything.
I may need to talk to you later, but you actually, you were a bit of trouble yourself when you were a youngster, right?
Yeah, when I was 18 years old,
Yeah.
when I was 18 years old, I actually got arrested in high school the day before my senior prom. Didn't think I was going to get to walk in graduation. Graduated high school by the skin of my teeth. Begged my parents to let me go away to college. Big proponent of education. It was like a whole new world to me. I went to University of Cincinnati, and my thirst for knowledge was endless, and knew that I wanted to be a lawyer after that. So if I could do it, anybody can do it.
And so this isn't just a story about the issues that you guys face, it's also about your families. It's actually a reality show about 2 really unconventional families in New Jersey, and you've brought your spouse here today with you, Maggie, and you live together, right?
Yes.
And you work together, right?
Yes.
How's that work out?
Thank God she's in court every day. Show with us. What was the idea behind this show?
The idea behind this show is I grew up around journalists, on buses, on campaign buses with the traveling press corps around, and I always thought the more interesting things happened on the bus, in interviews, the before and after, in the bar over whiskey shots afterward when I would sneak in and listen to all the conversations. And I just think sort of old media way of doing interviews is kind of dead, and that if you can do like a reality show, talk show hybrid about what it is like and issues in America. I just had this crazy idea, and you guys had a crazy idea too.
We were crazy enough to do it.
I don't know.
So Joe.
Yes, sir.
Regular Joe.
Shapiro, how are you, man?
Very nice. Thank you for pronouncing my name correctly.
I am.
So all of you just heard that. What is Hit Record? How did it come about?
Well, yeah, man. Well, but before it was going to be a TV show, and before it was a production company, before it was even a website, it was just this little something I would say to myself. It's kind of a motivational mantra. I've been acting since I was a kid, and I quit for a while to go to school, and then when I wanted to get back into it, I couldn't get a job. And the record button, that round red circle, became the symbol for me that I couldn't leave it up to other people to let me be creative. I had to take responsibility for that, and pushing the button became this sort of metaphor for getting started, which is, of course, the hardest part.
And then that morphed into kind of an artist collective online that you are the master of ceremonies for.
Yeah, so it started as just this little website my brother helped me set up, and slowly a community formed around that. And it's, this is like 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we started kind of making things together. It became less about just what I was making and more about this community of people making stuff together. And then in 2010 we launched it as a professional production company and figured out, how to pay people and how to not break the law and things like that.
And it's become basically an open source content creative collective.
Yeah,
right?
so we make all kinds of things, and tons of people from all over the world make it together, and I'm directing it. And we've done all those things you just saw in the video that I won't repeat.
So how the hell does that turn into a television show?
So I like the idea of a variety show because I was just thinking about it. I just got finished writing and directing and acting in a movie called Don John that's coming out later this year.
It's a big hit in Sundance.
Yes, sir. And when you're working on a movie, you focus on one thing, which is great, and I love getting to do that. But having finished that, I'm so hungry to just do all sorts of things. And so a variety show is perfect for that. We can, every episode will revolve around a different theme, but within that theme, we can do so many different things. And I like that. I like getting up in front of a live audience. I like doing comedy and I like doing drama. I like singing and dancing. I like all that. So doing a variety show is sort of a chance to just get to do all these different things I love.
And while this is open source as a collective, you are the master of ceremonies. You are in charge. This is not user generated. This is professionally produced and curated and created content that you're directing and leading the charge.
Yeah. It's sort of modeled after movie sets that I grew up working on, where there's a director. And of course, a movie is a huge collaboration, and lots of people come together and work on it. And the director could not make a movie alone. But ultimately, there's got to be that single unified voice to have it coalesce into one movie. And there's lots of great, sort of more chaotic, anarchistic art on the internet, and I like that stuff. But Hit Record is we say, it's not a democracy, it's a benevolent dictatorship.
My name is Karen Ramspacker, and I'm SVP of Research and Insights at the newly launched Pivot Television, which is a network that is multi-platform. It's an offering through TV subscription with the operators, the telcos, and the satellites, and it's also available over the top or via broadband subscription through the same providers. And the thing that I'm most excited about with Pivot TV is the double bottom line, which is that we are a company that believes in doing good for the world and doing well in business. And for me as an activist for a long time, that's really important personally. And the way that we're going to measure that is also very interesting to me as the head of research, because we're going to use a brand new index that we're creating right now called the Participant Impact Index. And we're going to look at what people are thinking about and doing in terms of over 30 social action causes that the company has identified as important. We're going to look at their impact on the world and the impact on the viewer of pieces of media around those issues. So it could be anything from a TV show that we made or one we didn't. It could be an episode of 30 Rock. It could be Daily Show. It could be a rerun of something. It could also be a PSA, an interstitial, or a commercial. The other side of that coin is this Impact Index is also going to look at the halo that Pivot TV provides to advertisers on our air. What does it mean to be around that media, to be part of it? How does it affect your brand? And since we're doing a lot with branded entertainment and integration, we expect that the halo will be good. We certainly hope so. And so we're looking forward to measuring media's impact on the world and media's impact on people to change their minds, their attitudes, their hearts, and ultimately do good, make the world a better place.
Hi there, I'm Holly Hines. I'm the head of scripted programming for Pivot, the new television station from Participant Media. I joined this company because the ability to actually inspire and compel social change through a story well told was something that really appealed to me. I think that we'll be able to, shed light on different topics or different, issues that we want and do so in a really entertaining way, and then have a really good feeling. So that's why I'm here. The first show that we're doing is called Will. It's the story of William Shakespeare when he's 24, moving to London for the first time to pursue his passion. And it's written by Craig Pearce, who we're so happy to have with us. And he is the writer behind Moulin Rouge and The Great Gatsby and Romeo and Juliet. So, it's just really thrilling. So we will be shooting that this year and airing next year. So yeah, stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Sean Merriweather. I'm the Director of Research and Analytics at Pivot TV, and one of the reasons I'm here is because it's multi-platform, and I'm really excited about all the different opportunities of where you can get your content. I am a millennial, so this very much speaks to me. I borrow borrow my parents' HBO Go account, and I have a Netflix password that I've sort of commandeered from a friend. I'm always trying to get things immediate access, so I love that. That's part of the mission to Pivot, and I think it's really interesting to see how audiences are moving and shifting and using new technologies because things are disruptive. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
Stephanie Rule, EVP of Distribution and Affiliate Partnerships. And it's very, very exciting to be coming into, I've been in the industry a very long time. I came into the industry when it was being disrupted many years ago when satellite and telephone companies were coming in. To say it's a competitive marketplace today is way minimizing it. Things are really, really crazy, and it's very exciting to be a part of a company and a channel that can address some of the business challenges that exist in real time today and off with launch in the marketplace with a product offering that really has its finger on the pulse of kind of the changing environment of television as we know it.
Hi, my name is John Arianes, and I'm the Executive Vice President of Ad Sales and Partnerships at Pivot, which we're proud to announce today because it's been so hush-hush for so long. And just really quickly, in regards to advertising, what we're looking for is partners. We had a presentation today where what we want to do is co-produce content, whether it's series or documentaries. We want to put clients front and center, and we can do that through our news division, through our website, through the college campus activation we're creating. And we just want to create really awesome content in partnership that also talks about something that's socially relevant and create something that's really positive and impactful. That's all I got. Thank you.